Are there any other questions? In the introduction, we have just done the introduction and we already completed 1 hour. First page. So we are on average. Anyone has any questions regarding the introduction of the techniques of Islamic public speaking? Any questions? We go to page number 2, the important tips. Body language is very, very important, or very, 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 very important. Why is body language important in a public speech? Can the body speak? Can it speak? Can it speak? No. Yes, it can speak. Can it instruct? Yes, it can instruct. Speaking has got various meanings in English language. Literally, if you ask, can it speak with a verbal voice or a voice? The answer is no. But can it speak? Speak, please. So speak has got different meanings. Instructions normally people think are given by the mouth. It can be given by the hands also. That's the reason I always prefer that it's preferable that the talk is given without the help of notes. Because with the notes, my body language is restricted. With the notes, the part which my body is speaking is not being utilized. If you noted day for yesterday, second day of training, yesterday was a holiday, in the forms of dawah, what you read, you retain 10% of what you read. What you hear is 20%. What you see is 30%. What you hear and see is 50%. So what is the difference of only hearing my speech and seeing me while speaking? Difference is how much? Difference is how much? 20%. Only if you see, it is 30% attention. If you see and hear, it is 50%. Difference is 20%. So do you mean to say you only want to look at the lips? The research is done with a particular parameters. If body language wasn't important, then hearing and seeing and hearing would be the same. Now, this is a new point I've never told ever before in any of my training programs. I'm conducting this after 16.5 years. Notes are same, little bit here and there. So what I spoke day for yesterday, on the second day, it is implemented here. The research says 30% if you see, or if you only hear, it is 20%. So if you hear an audio, and if you see me speaking, then the difference is how much? 30%. So if you're hearing an audio tape of Dr. Zakir Naik, and if you're seeing and hearing a video of Dr. Zakir Naik, the difference is 30%. Only seeing and seeing 20. Only hearing, that means if you hear the audio and if you see the video audio, the difference is not 20, the difference is 30. That means body language carries how many marks? How many marks body language carries? Body language carries a major portion of the 30% what you're getting. Only hearing is 20%. Hearing while seeing is 50%, 30%. So body language constitutes not everything, but the major portion of the 30% what you're getting advantage. That means watching and hearing is 2.5 times more effective than only hearing. That means body language can carry more marks also than your speech alone. Can carry, not will carry. If you're good with that body language and gestures That's the reason I personally, like Sheikh Ahmed Didat, never like speaking in front of a podium. Because the podium, it restricts your body. Not that I have a very good physique. I'm normal. Previously I was thin, but now I'm normal. I'm not macho. I'm not a bodybuilder that I want to show my body. But I want to show the language of my body. That's the reason I personally, like Sheikh Didat, do not like speaking in front of a podium. Not that speaking in front of a podium is haram. Islamically, no difference. You speak or you don't speak. But technique-wise, it makes a world of a difference. So best is to speak without notes, without a podium. The podium is required mainly for notes. So if you don't have notes, podium is not required. But some people are so used to holding the podium and speaking that even without notes, if they don't have a podium, difficult. They cannot, you can see, I saw many people coming day for yesterday, and I could make out the pros and cons, which we'll discuss while we do the training. So body language is very, very important. And in body language, there are various different aspects, which some of them we'll discuss in the course of time. Number 4, before beginning your speech, remove any disturbances that may cause obstruction or hindrance. Normally when you come and you find something disturbing you, remove it. Sometimes they keep the microphone very close to maybe the table, or there's a chair in front of you where when you do gestures, it will hit the chair. Put the chair. Now everything is placed because they know I'm coming. So the organizer who's calling you on the stage, if he's a professional, you need not remove anything. Everything is done. But most of the times, when you go to Muslim organizations, even after mentioning what you require, you can be sure most of the time it will not be done. If there is a table, if you observe when I came, what I did, I placed the notes what I required, I placed the other notes below the Quran. Many a time there are things which you don't require. Now nothing is there, but many times you find there are things. So if I have to go and pick up my notes and there are many other papers and books, I'll have to search for my notes. Normally I don't carry notes, but now because we are giving a point form lecture, it's there. So see to it that any disturbance that is there, you should know your area. There may be some obstruction here, or you move your microphone away from the table, or move the table away from the microphone. If the recording is going, you have to be careful that you have to be in front of the camera. So any disturbance that is there, which is obstructing you, please remove it. If the table is cluttered, if you have to sit on the table and speak, see to it that the table is clear. Certain things which is not required may be there if they have kept for decoration. If they have kept a flower vase for decoration. And if it's causing a problem, remove that also. Have you called for decoration? You call me for speaking? That decoration is not more important than my obstruction. Me not being obstructed is more important than decoration. So if something is there which the organizers require and it is not a hindrance for you, no problem. But otherwise, as a general rule, clear the table, which I mentioned even on the first day, that don't keep things on a table which is not required. What you require, you keep. If you require a pen, you require a note, whatever. What you don't require, don't keep. And this is a very important point, that remove the obstructions which will cause a hindrance to you. Does anyone have any questions on the important points? Yes, Brother Imran.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Things like podium can help people who are not so comfortable standing in front of the crowd.
Brother said that if you use the podium, it can help a person who's not comfortable in standing in front of the crowd. But we have called you here to make you comfortable without the podium. Therefore, I said, it is preferable that the talk is given without the help of notes. speak without a podium to enable the audience to observe the body language. The podium will restrict your ability. It makes you comfortable, but does not make you an expert. For example, instead of doing revision for 2 hours, doing revision for 10 minutes is more comfortable or not? Yes, Brother Imran. 10 minutes is more comfortable or 2 hours? But will 10 minutes be enough jihad for you to memorize the 114 surahs? Okay, unless you're doing a speech to make yourself comfortable, then keep a podium. If you're going on the stage to make yourself comfortable, you're going on the stage to deliver the message. That's a different question, that a person is unable to speak without notes. Therefore, I said it is preferable to speak without notes. Unfortunately, most of the speakers, they speak with notes, but there are many who don't speak. And Sheikh Didat was one of them, mashallah. He never used notes. If he had to, he used to write bullet points. If you see his talks, like these are bullet points. But mine is a marathon. His is a speech, so he'll have about 3 pages written in bold letters, and he picks up. I don't do that also. I don't use bullet points. Only bullet train, no bullet points.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله محمد رسول الله أرجو رضاك يا الله أنت الرحيم يا الله هبني عطاك يا الله أنت الكريم منك العطاء يا الله أنت العظيم يا الله فيك الرجاء يا الله أنت الحليم الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال الله الله يا ربي يا الله